Hello and welcome to This Week with Ajaz Haque. This is the midweek report on Wednesday, 10th of June 2020. Thank you very much for tuning into my YouTube channel once again. And first of all, I'd like to acknowledge and thank some of my friends who've been writing and sending comments. And it helps me tremendously with your critique and your comments. So please keep coming them in, and I'm very grateful for that. In this edition, we will cover 3 or 4 items. First, Pakistan government seems to have reached an agreement with IMF for the next tranche. And then in India, we will extensively cover Mr. Modi's performance in India. An Indian journalist, Ramchandra Guha, has pointed out 3 of Mr. Modi's traits, which he says are destroying the Indian economy. Then I came across an article called White Privilege in the US, and it has some fascinating information and suggestions. Now, good news that a Karachi-based Pakistani company has started exporting automobile components to Far East. And finally, the airline industry in 2020 is expected to lose $84 billion just in 2020. The agreement with IMF, which is an ongoing $6 billion program with Pakistan, it's been agreed, it is understood that it's been agreed that there will be no increase in taxes, in gas charges, in electricity charges in the first quarter of the 2021 fiscal year, which is July to September. Also, the government will not borrow anything from State Bank of Pakistan, and it will try and bring down the budget deficit. And the emphasis in the first quarter is mostly on helping people out with the coronavirus situation. So let's hope things move forward in a positive manner. Now coming to Mr. Modi and India, Mr. Ramchandra Guha, a Bangalore-based journalist, writing for NDTV, very extensive article and showing his disappointment, like most Indians. First of all, he brings up the point of Moody's downgrading India's rating to the lowest rating, Baa3. And Mr. Guha says that the 3 traits of Mr. Modi, or 3 actions of Mr. Modi, that have brought the economy down substantially and caused a lot of damage to India. And he highlights these. And in fact, he also refers to other journalists who previously believed in Mr. Modi, but now feel they've been betrayed. And these are Tavleen Singh and Shekhar Gupta. Now, he says, Mr. Guha says, Mr. Modi does not like educated people around him. His philosophy of hard work rather than Harvard has been taken a little too far, and the educated and the learned and experienced people. So he's done that with the Indian Civil Service as well, and kept those at bay. Therefore, the entire responsibility of the current Indian economic situation is that on Mr. Modi. Demonization was another bad idea, which was opposed by then governor, an MIT grad, but Mr. Modi didn't listen to him, and he went ahead with the demonetization. And then the Article 370 cancellation with regard to Kashmir, a disputed territory with Pakistan and China, and on top of that, passing the Citizenship Act caused disastrous consequences for the country. Many in India, according to Mr. Guha, were hoping that after winning the re-election, Mr. Modi will distance himself from the RSS and the extremists and get on with the business of governing the country, improving the economy, creating jobs. But unfortunately, he has fallen more into the trap of RSS and the Hindutva philosophy, the anti-Muslim rhetoric, and all that goes with it, and this has damaged the economy considerably. India's GDP growth in 2014, when Mr. Modi took office, was 7.4%. By 2019, it had gone down to 5.2%. In 2020, it was down to 1.1%. And in 2021, it's expected to be in the negative territory. Now coming to the United States, a paper I came across by the name of White Privilege, very interesting point, says US is being given an opportunity to save itself once again. With massive anti-police demonstrations, US has a chance to fix the moral compass, steer the country out of the turbulent waters. Justice and equality will make it safer for not only the black nation but also for the white community. 400 years of history, abuse and oppression should be acknowledged, should be redressed, compensation paid for it, and reparations paid for it, and redemption for all of the United States. America's soul has been damaged and it needs to be healed. With power and wealth, as the US has, comes responsibility for its own sake. America should save its soul as it is morally imploding at this time. African Americans need dignity and should feel that they are Americans and not just African Americans. The author of this article is a retired mortgage broker from London, currently stranded in Singapore, and none other than a friend of mine, Mr. Ali Jameel, who is working hard at building a relationship between India and Pakistan, and I'm sure he's thoroughly enjoying it. So that's all for this week, for this midweek report. We'll be back on Saturday with a weekly report. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so, and also press the bell icon. Look forward to chatting with you on Saturday. Thank you.